Gracias por acompañarnos por este viaje. La pasamos bien, ¿no? Ahora es momento de disfrutar de tu función estelar. ¡Qué emoción! Y para disfrutarla al máximo, ayúdanos a mantenerte sentado en tu lugar, apaga tu celular y recuerda, nada de spoilers. Así que guarda silencio. Ya estás aquí y este es tu cine. ¡Entra!
Hi everyone, and welcome to the final evaluation for structure and organizational behavior. My name is Fernando Manso Suarez, and today we are going to deconstruct a Mexican giant that conquered the world, Cinépolis. But before we analyze their structure, we must understand their origin. It didn't start as a global empire. It started all in 1971 in Morelia, Michoacán, where I'm from, as Organización Ramírez. Why is this important? Because for decades they were just a local player, but in the 90s they made a strategic decision that changed everything. They invented the multiplex concept in Mexico, large complexes with many screens and stadium seating. Now, they are the fourth largest cinema circuit in the whole world, with over 6,000 screens. They operate in Spain, India, Brazil, Middle East, and even in the USA. This isn't just a movie theater company, it is a masterclass in scaling a family business to a multinational corporation. Here is a board where I'll be writing down everything throughout this session so you can have a more idea of what I'm talking about. Let's look at their core using Simon Sinek's golden circle. First, the outer ring is the what. This is simple. They show movies, they sell popcorn, which, by the way, represents a huge portion of their profit, more than the tickets themselves. And also, they obviously distribute films. Then, the middle ring, the how. How do they compete against Netflix, for example? Through experience and technology. Cinépolis was the first of all to introduce the VIP concept to the world. They revolutionized the how by turning a commodity, in this case watching a movie, into a luxury service. They also use 4DX, macro XE, and fully digital projection to improve and do better in this digital projection. And finally, the center, the inner ring, the why, the most important and crucial part of everything. Their purpose is to illuminate the movie of your life with smiles and unforgettable moments. Notice that they don't mention movies as the product, but moments. This why drives their social responsibility to, like Del Amor Nace la Vista program, where they pay for cataract surgeries. This purpose unifies the staff. They aren't just selling tickets, they are helping people see, literally and metaphorically. Now, let's break down their identity. Mission: to be the best entertainment option. It's simple and direct. Their vision is to be the global leader, and they are actually achieving it. And finally, their values are where we see the organizational behavior aspect. They list integrity and commitment, but I want to focus on their unique value: ser palomita, or being popcorn. So, what does it mean to be popcorn? In organizational behavior terms, this refers to resilience and joy. Popcorn transforms under pressure, heat. It explodes into something better. They want employees who work well under pressure, the Friday night rush, and do it with a fluffy, positive attitude. If you don't fit this culture, you won't survive in the company, no matter how smart you are. To truly understand their strategy, we must perform a SWOT analysis. First, there are the strengths, that is internal. First, their service culture, the VIP service is unmatched globally. Second, their market share, they completely dominate in Mexico. Their weaknesses, that it is also internal, is that they are dependent on Hollywood. So if Hollywood has a bad year or strikes, like the recent writers' strike, Cinépolis suffers. They don't own the content. Then there are the threats, that is external. The biggest one? Streaming. There are other services or platforms such as Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO, and then why go to the cinema when you have a 60-inch TV at home? Also, piracy remains a threat in certain markets. Finally, opportunities, that is also external, is where their strategy comes in. Alternative content, broadcasting live concerts as BTS, Taylor Swift, NFL games, World Cup, or even esports tournaments in their theaters. They are transforming the cinema into a community hub, not just a movie theater. Now, let's stuff this organization. Who runs this machine? At the top level, the CEO profile, we need a profile like Alejandro Ramirez. It's not enough to be a manager, you need to be a diplomat. You are negotiating with Hollywood studios, Indian real estate moguls, and Mexican government officials. So, key skill is strategic vision and cultural intelligence. Then, at the middle management, that is the bridge. These are the zone managers that need analytical skills to read the P&L statements, but also human skills to motivate the cinema managers. At the bottom level, the operational level, are the Cinepolitos, that's how they call their employees. This is the face of the company. The profile requires high tolerance for frustration and service orientation. Most are students, so the structure must provide flexibility. If the structure is too rigid, turnover increases. The environment in the corporate offices in Morelia, the design follows the Google trend: open spaces, slides, bright colors. Why? To foster creativity. You cannot design fun experiences from a gray cubicle. Then are the training program, that is a design three-step program, starting with shadowing. That means new hires don't work the first week. They shadow an experienced mentor. They watch, learn, and absorb the culture. Then is the magic workshop, a specific course of emotional intelligence, how to turn a customer's bad day into a good one. And finally, there is the crisis management, training on safety protocols, but also on technology failures. What do you do if the projector breaks? The team must be trained to handle anxiety and solve the problem efficiently. To conclude my class today, this project taught me that organizational behavior is the invisible skeleton of a company. You can have the best screens and the best sounds, that is the what, but without the culture, the training, and the values, the how and the why, the organization collapses. Cinépolis proves that a Mexican company can lead the world if it aligns its structure with its strategy. So, thank you for your time. My key learnings are that you cannot have a global expansion strategy without a flexible organizational structure that supports it. I also learned that values are not just words on a wall. In successful companies like Cinepolis, values like being a popcorn are actually hiring criteria. This course has changed how I view organizations. I no longer just see a business. I see a living system composed of people, culture, and purpose.